New location today. We're actually in my room, so welcome. Yeah, we'll get started soon. That's my wall of Trader Joe's cards, so in case you were wondering. But yeah, we'll get started here in just a couple minutes. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't really have anywhere to go right now, except in my room. Probably like sit up here, try to be out of the camera's focus. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I should turn this down a little bit. Okay, I'm excited. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to my room. New location for class today. We're gonna do something similar that we did, like same sort of style as last class on Tuesdays. It's sort of just like a more of a release technique situation kind of thing. So it should be good. I did hurt my foot. I don't know what I did last night. I think I was just like pointing it too much. I was just kind of messing around with it. Woke up this morning, hurt pretty bad. And I was like, you know, I think I can run it off. It'll just like release. It'll be fine. I was quite wrong. So now I've just got to kind of like bandage up so that I don't overextend it or anything again. But it's fine. So I might just not articulate my feet as much through certain things. We'll go ahead and start with our usual breaths. Breathing into the nose, out through the mouth, in 3 consecutive motions. So laying on our backs, any position that's comfortable for you. Maybe you want to like stretch your feet all the way out. Maybe you want to keep them planted, like reclined butterfly, whatever feels good for you. And we'll just hang out here, making sure that we're all squared off. We're thinking of the midline. I'm like super thrown off being in a different room right now. Okay, so we'll begin breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last time, breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And we'll stay here for a few more rounds of breath. And while we're here, go ahead and just do a quick body scan from head to toe, noticing if there's any areas of tension that we're holding on to, any unevenness that we're feeling, and just try to really center yourself and release into the floor. Few more breaths here. Checking in with your shoulders, noticing if you're holding them up towards your ears. Maybe you're holding tension in your jaw. Try to release in that area. Maybe thinking of taking the tongue off of the roof of the mouth. And we'll come back together with 3 more breaths. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. Last inhale. And final exhale. And we'll gently make our way up to a comfortable seat. Awesome. And we'll go ahead and start with our foot massage here. You guys know that I need to like pop my knuckles before I do this. All right, here we go. So this might be kind of hard for my foot on this side. Actually, I'll show with this foot first. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start by massaging in between the metatarsals here. So really getting into that soft tissue and just trying to release any built up tension there. I don't know why, but it's always in between like the 3rd and the 4th toes. I always have a lot of tension right there. So you're really just trying to work in between those bones. Making sure that we're working on the top of the foot and the underside equally. Next thing we're going to do is massage into our foot, try to spread it apart, creating as much space as possible. Next thing we're gonna do is just gently tapping the foot, trying to get some blood flow there. And next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our fingers, putting them in between our toes, and just moving the foot around in a circular motion. Again, another way to create space in between those bones, separate those joints, soften that tissue. Sometimes I like to take a break from the circular motions and go side to side. Get more of a stretch. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take both of our elbows, hooking them underneath our knee, and we're just going to tap the foot on the floor. Again, another just release technique here. It looks like there's like a weird tan line on my leg for some weird reason. I'm like, what's going on there? Alright, next thing we're going to do, foot goes into the elbow, knee into our other elbow. We're going to sit high on our sits bones and just gently rock side to side, releasing any tension in the hip flexor. You should just be softening the hip here. And gently releasing the leg, maybe taking a few ankle circles. There definitely is right now with this ace bandage on my foot. But I told myself I need to keep it on for this class because I am definitely very prone to being like with my foot. And this just basically just reminds me to not do that. So, all right, other side, just begin by massaging in between the metatarsals. Again, being in this room is like throwing me off for some reason. Like, ooh, it's so new. Good. Next thing we're going to do is spreading the foot apart. Oh, I gotta be careful. I'm not really sure like what I did. I think I just overexerted it because it's like I can feel the ligaments like rolling over the bones and whatnot. So I think it's just like really fatigued, and I already have like really bad ligaments. So I think it's just like really loose, and that's like, it just feels unstable basically is more of what I'm trying to say. But I definitely ran on it this morning, which is not the best idea. I just thought it was like really tight and it needed to be loosened up, and I was like, if I warm it up when I'm running, it'll probably be fine. And I ran like 5 miles on this ankle, which is not my best idea, so I hope it feels better tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow, so we'll see if it feels any better. We're gonna hope. We're gonna cross our fingers. All right, and gently tapping the foot, getting that blood flow. And next thing we'll do is fingers in between the, can't really circle this ankle super well right now. Making sure that you've gone both ways with circling. Good. Next thing we're going to do is elbows under the knee and just bouncing the foot off the floor. Ooh, okay, be careful with that. Go a little bit harder than this. I should be careful for my ankle. So we're going to wrap on to remind ourselves that we need to not put too much pressure on this thing. Couple more passes here. Good. And foot into the elbow, knee into the other elbow, sitting nice and tall on our 6 bones and rocking side to side here. Good, and releasing the leg, maybe shaking him out against the floor, taking some ankle circles, going both directions with those ankle circles. Good. And see if I can, that's about as far as I can go, which is like halfway to what my usual point is. Uh-oh, we'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'm not that worried. All right, so let's make our way onto our backs. Good. And maybe just take a couple little knee drops here, a couple little windshield wipers side to side. There's like a little like white box, like I think it's like a comment box on the bottom of my screen right now, and I keep thinking it's something like on my floor, and I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's just the YouTube thing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and work with our clocks again, like we did on Tuesday. Yes, I learned these from Sam Watson at University of Arizona. And so for our clocks, we work through our hips, our shoulders, and our head. So for our hips, what we do is we first begin by moving 12 to 6. So a nice soft 12 to 6 motion. Now we're not gonna pop the ribs up off the floor, and we're not gonna tuck the pelvis too much. Yeah, so just a nice gentle gliding motion. And then we're gonna go side to side for 3 to 9. This isn't a knee drop here. It's just gentle side to side. And then we'll take some circles here, going both directions, and that's our hips. Then we have our shoulders. So for our shoulders, we'll move 12 to 6. Yeah, nice and gentle. Again, we're not doing a big old pop off the floor. We're not having our shoulders in our ears. It's just gentle. 12 to 6. And it's okay if your chest pops up a little bit, just don't let it overextend. Then we'll have our 3 to 9. So for our 3 to 9, we can pretend like we're holding a bar. I'm going to let's scoot this way. You can pretend like we're holding a bar and keep the hands level. That's option 1. Option 2 is we can sort of just do this sort of streaking motion here, this overlapping sort of thing. I prefer that one. Then we'll move into our circles. So for our circles, we can go like so, staying on the floor. Or our other option is to bring our head and our chest up with the arms as we circle around, sort of thing. And we'll go both directions. Lastly, we have our head. So if you have longer hair and you're wearing it in a ponytail or a bun, you might want to take it out. And we're going to gently find that soft spot in the back of our head where our skin can kind of move around, or scalp. And we're just going to gently move the nose 12 to 6. And then we'll go 3 to 9. Again, just being really gentle here. For me, I get a little dizzy when I do these, so I close my eyes usually when we do the one working with the head and neck. There we go, 3 to 9, like I said. Then we have our circles, yeah, circles here. And then, if you're feeling adventurous, you can go ahead and try a figure 8. So imagine just drawing a figure 8 with your nose on the ceiling. And just trying to keep a nice released head and neck while you do that. All right? So let's go ahead and get started. Also make sure that we're being mindful of our alignment here, yeah? So we want to make sure that our hips aren't crooked or anything. We want to make sure that our knees aren't splaying open or turning in, but they're in line with our sits bones, yeah? Alright, so let's begin moving 12 to 6 with those hips. And we'll gently move 3 to 9. And then we'll gently move into some circles here. Maybe starting clockwise or counterclockwise. And we'll go the other way. Good. And we'll move into the shoulders, moving 12 to 6. Checking in with your breathing, making sure we're still taking long and even breaths. And let's go ahead and move into 3 to 9 here. And we'll gently move into our circles here. And switching directions. And dropping the arms back down to the side, we'll move into the head and neck, 12 to 6. and we'll move 3 to 9. And starting with our circles. And reverse the circle. And now maybe trying some of those figure eights. And reversing the direction of that. Good. Nice work. Alright, so let's go ahead and just gently windshield wiper the legs side to side here. Good. And then we'll extend the legs all. Good. Gently draw those feet back into plant onto the ground. And we're just going to try to make some space in our lower back. So we're going to take our hands, place them where our hips and thighs meet, and we're just going to gently press down and out. Your back might pop a couple times here, that's all right. Just trying to create some space, lengthening the spine. Maybe if you're feeling pretty good, you want to take a breath out while you press. Just make sure you don't go too hard. You don't want to, hurt anything, make anything slip, anything like that. So just be mindful, listen to what's going on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands right behind our head. It looks like my hair might stick up a little bit. We're going to interlace our hands in between our head. We're going to keep our, do I actually want us to go here or here? I'm actually going to have us bring our elbows in, and we're going to cradle our head. Make sure you just don't rise your shoulders up too much. And we're just going to tuck the chin to the chest and do sort of a couple crunching motions like this. And folding the spine back onto the ground. And we're going to peel it off vertebrae by vertebrae, chin to chest, getting a nice stretch through that cervical spine. And relax. A couple more times like this. Again, just sort of that sensation of length being created in the spine. And just gently taking a nice big morning stretch here. Really lengthening out wherever you need to. Sort of your own little thing here. And relax. Awesome. All right. So we're actually just going to come up to a comfortable seat and just do a couple nice little general stretches to finish out the class during our last few minutes. So just coming to a butterfly. Let's work on our spinal articulation with all of this newfound space that we have in our spine after stretching out. We're going to go ahead, release the chest forward and rolling up through the spine. Again, releasing forward and rolling up. We'll go 2 more times like that. Forward and up. Again, forward and up. Now we'll reverse. We'll go crown of the head to the floor, spoking out and up. Crown of the head down, spoking out. Up, crown of the head down, spoking out, and up. Last time, crown of the head down, spoking out, and up. And we'll just release forward, bringing those hands forward. Staying here for a few breaths. And we'll gently walk it over to the right. Breathing into the left side here, keeping the shoulders down. Trying to root those sits bones into the ground. And walking across the center, over to the left. And coming center, rolling up through the spine. And we'll just go for a nice straddle here, second position. I'm gonna, quick pop in the sacrum there. I don't know if anyone could hear that. Yeah. All right, and we're just gonna take a nice lateral stretch here. So reaching that left arm up and over, right arm comes down onto the ground, and we'll just take a nice lateral stretch. Again, making sure that our sits bones are planted. Yeah, we're not gonna lift this hip under the ground and create space. We're gonna keep both sits bones planted to the ground to create a nice oppositional energy here. Again, trying to keep space in between the shoulders and the ears. Can't really see it too much with me, with my ear, my right shoulder, but it's there. Don't worry, got the space. And we'll come up. Other side, up and over. Checking in with your breath, making sure you still have even and lengthened breaths here. And coming back up through center. And we'll gently walk forward. You can lay down all the way onto the ground if you'd like. If you can, we'll gently roll over a straddle here, moving into a frog. Either of the two frogs, any of your choosing. We'll just stay here for a couple breaths. Again, making sure our heels are pressing down, toes can be lifted up. And turning our legs in, we'll push back up to a seated position and just finish out with 3 breaths. We begin, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, last time inhale, and exhale. Awesome job tonight, everyone. Thanks so much for coming and taking class. As usual, I teach this class on Tuesday and Thursday nights, and if you want to do a little more dancing with me, I teach Wednesday Jazz Basics. So go ahead, check out our other content on our YouTube/Patreon page. And then for upcoming class schedules, go ahead, check out Facebook and Instagram. So stay tuned, guys. We love you and can't wait to dance with you again in person soon. So thank you. Time for my awkward scoot to the camera as usual. Bye.